that stuff out of here. It's Southwest Bias.
Ooh, Sean's behind the Mac today. Welcome to Southwest Bias, the only debate show with consequences. Let's meet today's master debaters.
Today's matchup, Espo versus
Shane. Welcome to the show, fellas. Part of my punishment, I'm behind the Mac. Shane is in front of it. We've got 3 topics today. Each of you will get 2 minutes to answer. When the buzzer sounds, you stop talking.
Put 'em up, see?
No if, ands.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Come on now.
Pugilistas, let's box.
Keep us under control, Sean. Keep us under control.
More punishment for me than I realized. All right, you guys ready to get into our first topic?
Let's do it.
Let's see what it is. Round 1, should the Cardinals have made a move at the NFL trade deadline? Since you are our defending champion, Espo, we will start with you. Your time starts now.
The answer is simple. It's yes. The question is, should they have been buyers or sellers at this point? And I think that they should have been sellers. This season is a fairly lost cause. You could have traded a J.J. Watt and recouped draft compensation that you lost in both the trade for Hollywood Brown and Robbie Anderson. This right now is a broken team. They have a coach that does not seem to know how to call plays. They have a defense that's overachieving, and they should have looked to move off of guys, gain draft compensation, and try to fix their offensive problems the remainder of this season and look to next year. They screwed up big time by not making a move, and I think they should have been sellers.
They definitely should have made a move, and it should have been firing their head coach. But that's not going to happen for a while because they decided to pay him before the season started. Look, I don't agree. I do agree that they should have done something, but being sellers this early is ridiculous. I mean, J.J. Watt, you want to move on from a guy that has production, and you don't have any production on your defensive line. How about go get an extra piece to help him out? Maybe get some pressure, because this secondary has been overperforming, and you're wasting that performance. Kyler Murray and this offense weren't able to get going because DeAndre Hopkins was out for the first half of the season. Maybe you can flip what happened last year in the last 2 years with Cliff Kingsbury and maybe make a push in the second half of the season. I'm not saying full on buy. I'm not saying this team is a Super Bowl contender, but don't scrap everything right now. It just makes no sense.
So you just said do what they did, basically, because you don't know that you're a contender, but you shouldn't sell. Right now, Steve Keim was never going to commit to bringing in defensive help. He didn't do it in the offseason. It was pretty damn obvious that they had holes there, and all he did was fetishize the wide receiver position, bringing in more and more, even though apparently the only guy that can do jack shit is DeAndre Hopkins. Why is he the linchpin to everything? He's not going to make your play calling better because he's not taking that from Cliff Kingsbury. He's not going to make your clock management better. That's Cliff Kingsbury. Cliff Kingsbury's the problem here. This offense isn't going to get better, and the defense has performed about as well as you can expect. I think they should have sold. They did fail by not making a move and recouping draft compensation.
Did you seriously ask why DeAndre Hopkins is at the center of this? Maybe because he's wide receiver 1 in an NFL where the air raid and passing game reigns supreme. Did you see what happened on Monday without Jamar Chase? That Bengals offense looked terrible. Every single quarterback needs a wide receiver 1. They need a guy that can bail them out and that they can go to consistently. He might not help the play calling, but he'll help the actual plays on the field. You don't need to run these super complicated routes and scheme open receivers when DeAndre Hopkins schemes himself open all the time. I'm not saying that they should have sold. I'm saying that they should have done something, and that's go get help. The reason why they didn't do anything in the offseason, or they didn't do anything on the offseason, is because people are sellers and they're willing to move off product immediately and for lesser value, pennies on the dollar, like Bradley Chubb, because he's an expiring contract, because Roquan Smith is an expiring contract. You go get guys like that because they're cheaper, and you can focus on re-signing them after the season is over. Of course they should have gotten help. Even if that doesn't mean a Super Bowl, it means you keep your franchise quarterback happy. You give the fans some hope later in the season. It doesn't mean they have to win right now.
You know how you do both of those things? Fire your head coach. Move on from a general manager that's proven that he can't get you over the hump. Right now, the Cardinals are dysfunctional, and adding an additional player into this wasn't going to fix that. It starts at the top, and these guys have proven incapable of doing their jobs.
All right, good first round. Took forever for that sound to play for some reason. You fellas ready for the second round?
Let's go.
I think so.
Round 2, pretty simple. A couple days removed from Halloween. What is the best Halloween candy? And there is a right answer, in my opinion. Since Espo went first in round 1, Shane, you'll go first here. Your time starts now.
You have good, you have great, and you have elite. To be elite, you need a mixture of talent and exclusivity and variation. And you know what has all of that? It's Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Reese's Peanut Butter Cup is by far the best Halloween candy, and it's not even close to me. I mean, there are some good ones. There are some heavy hitters out there, your Twixes of the world, but nothing is better than chocolate and peanut butter. And when you have that left over, you can snack on that all night. I don't think there is a better answer, and I'm excited to hear what Espo says, but for my answer, it's Reese's.
What versatility is there in peanut butter cups? The shape it comes in?
Yes.
Whether it has a wrapper around it or not? It's chocolate, it's peanut butter, there's not versatility. You're getting one taste and one taste only. And that's a quality taste, but that's not elite. You know what's elite? Sour Patch Kids. Sour Patch Kids are elite. You want your sour? You want your sweet? You want more sugar than your body can handle? That's where you're gonna get it. And oh, it's in one sexy package too. You get everything that you could want. Sometimes you can get the big ones. Sometimes you get the fun size pack. There's everything you need when it comes to Sour Patch Kids. That's the only answer here.
Sour Patch Kids? Are we serious right now? Sour Patch Kids are fine. You eat 3 of them, you're tired of them. They're not great. Talk about versatility. It's the same thing in different colors. Sour Patch Kids are one of the most overrated. I'm a huge sour guy, but if you're gonna go Sour Patch Kids, you go sour straws. Sour straws are way more elite than that. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, and you ask about variation. It's not just the shape. It's not just how many it comes in. It's white chocolate. It's how many you can eat at the same time. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups far superior than Sour Patch Kids, and I don't even think it's close.
Sour Patch Kids, you can get the sour watermelon. You can get the tropical flavor. You can get the mystery bag. You got everything you need in one candy. If you like sour, you're going to get it. If you like sweet, you got it. I don't understand how you cannot understand how elite these are. This isn't Joe Flacco saying he's elite like your freaking Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. This is the real freaking deal. This is truly elite, and it's the only answer on Halloween. My daughter knows that so well that she said, "Daddy, I like these, but you can have them because that's how much I love you." That's sacrifice, Shane, because she knows how great they are. A 6-year-old knows it, and you can't figure it out.
We're talking about how we're talking about your daughter now. About that's your argument is that a child likes candy. That's super surprising. Chocolate is the best out of anything, and you have not just Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, but you have Twix, you have M&Ms, you have dark chocolate, you have white chocolate. Those all stack up better than Sour Patch Kids. So I don't know how you're bringing this argument in. And I saw Skittles in the chat. What are we doing? Not even close.
Chocolate, really? Chocolate is basic. You're basic, bro. All right? The chocolate is it needs something else to be elite.
Oh,
it
like
needs
peanut
something
butter?
else to be good.
Like peanut butter?
You know, it's sad when it's the secondary guy. It's the Scottie Pippen. You need the peanut butter or an almond or something in it for it to be really good. Sour Patch Kids stand on their own. They don't need to be dipped in anything. They don't need to be stuffed with anything. It's got everything you want. Shane, you are so wrong on this one.
Sour Patch Kids is a combination of a lot of things. Chocolate is chocolate. Chocolate bars straight up, Hershey's chocolate bar, dark chocolate bar by itself, a fantastic. You don't need all of this pizzazz and this tingling mouth sensation to make a candy good. Sour Patch Kids are gross and for children.
You respect that tingling now sensation.
Hey, low blow.
This is
low blow.
That is after the bell. We may have to deduct points. Not going to influence the voting, but I think that it was a 10-8 round for somebody. If you know me, you know who. All right, are we ready for
this is why you don't produce the show, Sean, because you can't put your biases aside.
Oh, yes, you can. It's called Southwest bias.
I don't have a vote, and I didn't tell the people who had the 10-8 round. I just think there was a 10-8 round. Are we ready for round 3, though?
Yes.
Yeah, we are.
All right, let's see what we got for the third topic. This might take the cake for the weirdest topic that we have had on Southwest Bias. It's pretty straightforward. I mean, I guess straightforward. Socks. Are they a foot prison or a comfortable necessity? Shane went first last round, so for this final round, Espo, you will go first once again. Your time starts now.
Socks are a foot prison. They're the straitjacket of the toes. What human being wants to wrap their feet in something that gonna get sweaty, gonna make your feet hurt and itchy? Socks are the stupidest thing ever invented. Second is shoes if you're just hanging around an office. I got shamed into not wearing flip-flops in this place because there's an anti-flip-flop bias in this building, which is unfair. Socks are disgusting. Your toes should be free. They should be able to wiggle and move. That's what they were made for, and there is no reason to put them in the straitjacket, the prison of cotton that those socks are, or nylon if you're that sick in the head.
Oh my God. If you shop at Ross Dress for Less, you're getting uncomfortable socks. Socks not only are one of the most versatile things you can wear because of how many colors, how many things can be printed on them, but they're also unbelievably comfortable. I don't know where you're getting your socks. Socks are not a foot prison. They're a comfortable necessity. I've been known, if you watch the shows that I'm on, you know I like to let the dogs hunt a little bit. Maybe let my take my shoes off, but I will never take my socks off, especially in an airport. That's a necessity right there. You never go barefoot in the airport, although Barefoot in the Airport is a great band name. Socks are one of my favorite things to wear because no matter where you are, unless you're outside in the heat, your feet are going to get cold. And nobody wants to see, no matter how much I say it, nobody wants to see your little piggies, man. I respect you for liking flip-flops, but socks are the most essential item that you're wearing right now.
The most essential item you're wearing? What are you, like Flea from the Chili Peppers? Like it's covering one thing you don't want anybody to see? I mean, give me a break. I've tried the Stance socks. I've gotten socks from Neiman Marcus. I've paid lots of money for socks to try to find something that feels good, and they're all straight trash. All right? They are just abysmal. I do not want anything like that near my feet. I'm sockless right now with these shoes because my toes ain't gonna have any of that crap. All right? I don't care how much you spend on socks. They are total trash, and I am not encasing my feet in them at any point.
You know what's more uncomfortable than wearing uncomfortable socks is not wearing socks with shoes. You talk about sweating, your feet are going to be swimming in your shoes no matter what they are. Even if they're flip-flops, you're going to get a little sweat on the bottom of your heel. That's one of the most repulsive arguments I've ever heard. I don't even know what to say at this point. Socks, fuzzy socks, everything about socks is fantastic. Sleeping in socks might be a little weird, but if you get the right fuzzy socks, you're winning there.
Now you're sleeping in socks? What kind of sicko are you, all right?
I don't sleep in socks.
You just said that sleeping in socks would be all right. Are you some kind of masochist? Do you have some kind of problem, Shane? This is the worst take I have ever heard. Free the toes. It's that simple. Don't imprison them with that. That's what Big Sock wants you to do. They want you to buy all the socks because that's what they're selling. Well, get a new business because they're crap.
The suits at Big Sock have my heart, and just like capitalist America, one of the few company or one of the many companies that has my heart. Socks are the best, and maybe if you got your ears cleaned, you would have heard me say socks. While weird to sleep in, you can't just if you're too cold and you don't have socks on, your feet are gonna freeze overnight. Socks are a necessity, and they're versatile and they're comfortable, and it makes other people uncomfortable when you're not wearing socks with shoes like you are right now.
Sicko Shane Diefenbach.
Yet again, Espo speaking after the horn. Again, points may need to be deducted. Or Barefoot at the airport, great band name, even better band name, Barefoot at a bonfire. What?
That's
You
just
don't like it?
dangerous. All right, I draw a line there.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Also, there was an unnecessary shot at Ross Dress for Less during that round.
Hey, I do love Ross, but
I don't appreciate that. Ross is amazing. All right, 3 rounds.
Marshall's is better.
Yeah, I agree. You know what time it is, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to vote. Voting time is sponsored yet again by David's Hair. Just dropped the poll in the chat, so go ahead and vote on that. You have a few minutes. But while we wait for the results, why don't you tell the people about how amazing David's hair is?
Well, David just walked in, and it's not even, there's not even an airflow in here, but it looked magical the way his hair was moving. I mean, you talk about like elite. The only thing you can talk about when you're talking about David and being elite is his hair, and it carries him throughout this office.
That's the only thing you can?
Yeah.
Wow.
It carries him.
I think you could talk about a lot of things that are elite with David, his hair being the top of them, but the man is wonderful, and his hair is next level spectacular. It's the opposite of how I feel about socks is how I feel about David's hair. It is just wonderful. If you could make socks out of David's hair, I still wouldn't wear them, but they'd be nicer than the cotton ones.
I'm about to gag. That is disgusting. Oh my god.
Do we have any?
Are you actually not wearing socks? No, no.
No!
I'm so glad there's a lower third. Was it blocking it?
I think it wasn't blocking it from my real eyes.
Oh my god.
I just saw
Oh my god.
the bare bottom of Espo's foot.
Oh.
Do we have anything else to say about David's hair before we get to the winner? Because it has been we are in the midst of the most lopsided win in Southwest Bias history.
I'm going to say this. Don't ever shave that beautiful head of hair.
I will also say this. David, I don't know what it smells like, but I bet his hair smells good.
Oh, well, you can find out after the show. Our poll's over. We have a winner. Let's see who it is. With 82% ended up at 81. 81% of the vote. Shane is today's winner.
That's some big sock has hacked the vote. I demand a recount.
Well, I'm excited to be back next week. I don't think it was one of my most polished performances. I haven't debated in a while, but I'll be sure to practice yelling at myself in the mirror every single night for the next week and put on a better performance for all of you guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's your first time, but yeah, like you said, go home, get some reps, practice master debating, alone preferably. And be ready for next time to master debate in front of all of us.
I think we need Lindsay sitting in this chair for every single Southwest Bias episode. The chat probably hasn't been able to hear, but it's like probably once every 30 seconds. It's a chiming in.
Gross.
Ew.
Ew.
Disgusting.
Oh my god.
Sour Patches are not overrated.
Well, like we said before, this is the only debate show with consequences, so let's figure out what the punishment is.
Punishment time!
Oh, well, we were talking about our least favorite candy before the show. I threw out stuff with coconut in it because I'm not a big fan of it, but me and Espo both decided on
black licorice.
So
I have to eat black licorice during an entire show on the Suns. I'm glad we didn't decide on.
We got another gross from Lindsay.
I'm glad we didn't decide on the other side of things, though, because the other thing would have been literal physical torture for me. Toe socks was what we had discussed. So thank God we're going with black licorice.
It would have been only right because you physically tortured us by making us see the bottom of your feet.
Hey, Shane asked, all right?
I saw his heel, thank God.
I saw full soul.
Did you see the piggies?
I saw piggies. I saw soul. I saw it all.
You saw the one that went to the market?
Yes, I saw the one that went wee all the way home. Anything else before we get out of here, gentlemen?
No.
Do we have another gross from the peanut gallery over there, Lindsay?
Gross!
All right, that's all we got for today. You fellas did a great job master debating.
You did
in front of me. I love watching you two.
Let's get out of here.
All right, this is our new time every Wednesday at 12:45. So I guess not exactly this time. A little earlier today. Every Wednesday, 12:45. Find us right here on PHNX Sports YouTube. Follow us on PHNX Sports. Follow Shane at Shane D. Follow Espo at Espo. Until next time, See ya.